All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and go over the study guide, the calculator section. It says, maybe, there we go. G of X is that. We will look for all of that. So go to Google. Do not just use regular Desmos. Always have a habit of typing Desmos College Board version because that's going to give you exact calculator that you'll be allowed to use in the AP exam. So there it is. It has a green bar on top. Now I'm going to type that function. G of X is equal to 0.645x to the fourth power. Remember, you do the shift 6 to do that exponent. Minus 2.67x squared plus 1.34x minus 2.91. All right, let's make sure I didn't type anything wrong. All right, now just to teach you one more tip. So if you look at the problem, my domain has been restricted from -3 to 3. You can actually put that in your calculator. So after you're done typing your function, you can do the shift, this thing. It's right next to P. Okay, so shift do that and then put your X values in. So -3 less than equal to X less than equal to 3. And I close the, not the caret, whatever curly bracket. And now notice I don't have a whole graph. I only have from -3 to 3. For this problem, it probably helps you. Okay. All right. Letter A, the graph of G has a 0 at X is equal to. Remember, 0 is where it crosses with the X axis. And right now you already has that the gray button going on. So I got this one. I'm going to write my answer. I don't think I can annotate here. Can I? Oh, I can. X is equal to. All right. This is really, I'm not going to write it. Can't you tell? I've never used this software before. Ah! Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. So I'm just going to type it here so you can see for letter A, 0, X is equal to, what did I get? The two things, 2 zeros, I see this one. And when you write down the answer, guys, remember decimal has to be thousands and more, right? So the first 0, I'm going to say negative 2.404. You can truncate it. Or negative 2.405. You can round it up from the 10,000s or just write it all out. Negative 2.40489. That's one of the 0. And the second 0 is 2.049 or 2.0493, 2.04939. All of those are acceptable. So make sure you list them. X is equal to something, X is equal to something. I'm just not going to type it. Letter B, on what interval is G decreasing? So function is decreasing means that it has a negative slope, right? So it goes from all the way here to here, negative slope, and where else? You can zoom in to see what's going on from here to here, right? So the first area is, where do I see it? -3 to this minimum, -1.5507, union with, I'm going to zoom in a little bit, this right here, 0.259 to 1.291. And all the decimal I just said, you can keep more than the thousands if you want to. But remember, you're writing all the X value where your function is decreasing. Letter C, how many distinct real zeros does a G have on the interval between those two? Well, we only have 2 going on, right? 1 over here and 1 over here, and both has a multiplicity of a 1. So to answer letter C, there are 2 distinct 0. Now, I know the question didn't ask you, but if it only has 2 distinct real zeros and it has a degree of a 4, what does that mean for the other 2 zeros? That means the other 2 zeros will be what? Your imaginary solution. Okay? And you will not see that on the graph. Just letting you know. All right, letter D, how many local extrema? Local extremas are both local maximum and local minimum. In other words, both relative maximum and relative minimum. I'm going to zoom my graph out a little bit because you're most likely to miss something going on. All right, let's do the most obvious one. There's my relative minimum. There's my relative maximum. And there's relative minimum, the top of the valley and bottom of the valley. So I have 3 right now, 3 local extrema here. But remember, we cut this graph from -3 to 3. So you have to use this point right here, x equal -3, as your relative maximum, only because it's an end point. So 3 here, one more here, and then same thing over here on the right hand side of it. That will be your relative maximum as well. So I have 5 local extrema, 5 relative extrema between those two. 5. Okay?